iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashakya Deshatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Govinda Radha, Govinda Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranganitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunamidamini Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminidhi Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatharini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we'll go to level 2 Bhagavad Gita Chapter 10, opulence of the absolute. Okay, opulence. So we'll see what are the different opulences. How can we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? The important Chatusloki is in this Bhagavad Gita, right? So the Chatusloki, it gives the summary of the whole Bhagavad Gita, the 700 slokas. So I recommend you're all in level 2. You can start memorizing the slokas. It's good if you are aiming at Bhakti Shastri, in Bhakti Shastri there is an exam for sloka recitation alone. I mean, you need to memorize some of the very important slokas, and these 4 slokas, 10.8, 9, 10, and 11, that's the basics. So you can start with, even children could cram it. So you write it and then try to understand the meaning, okay, and try to learn the slokas. It takes small step every day, and then you'll be able to memorize it. So just mugging up the sloka won't help. You need to understand the meaning. That's very important. Okay, so we'll see what are the different opulences of the Lord. Okay, so what does Krishna means? Can you put in the chat? Krishna, the word Krishna, what does it mean? Yes, Deval Prabhu got it right. Who else know? Ramesh Prabhu, correct. Yes. Not only attraction, Leena Mataji, all attractive. Okay, yes. Very good. So all attractive, right? So he attracts everyone. Gandarpa Koti Kamani Vishesha Shobha. Even thousands of cupids get attracted to him. Now, he is all attractive. Now, how can we draw his attraction? Or we can't try to attract him. I mean, we can't try Krishna to be attracted to us because he is full in full. Prabhupada says he is full in all the 6 opulences. What are the 6 opulences of the Lord? Shadaishwarya Purnam. So he is 6 opulences. You can unmute.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Are full strength, full fame, full knowledge, beauty, renunciation.
Yes. One more.
Wealth, fame,
wealth,
beauty, knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a Sharaishwarya Purra. He is complete in all these 6 qualities. Now, we can't attract him because he is 100 out of 100. 100% he is full in all these opulences. So if there is a very wonderful person here in this material world, or some beautiful person, or very knowledgeable, very wealthy, still they can't attract Krishna. Why? Because Krishna is full all these opulences. What is the only thing that attracts Krishna? Put in the chat. Nothing, your wealth, your education, your fame, your strength, your renunciation, nothing can attract Krishna. What can attract Krishna? There is one thing. Yeah, love. Can you be more specific? Yes. Bhakti or love, devotional love, right? Yes, that's what attracts Krishna. That's the only thing that can attract Krishna. Pure devotional service is the only thing that attract Krishna, because that love, that bhavagrahi he is. Yes. So bhakti, your devotion, your love, that's what he is waiting for. Nothing else, right? So now we'll see how to remember Krishna, or how we can see Krishna in so many things. Yeah, so bhakti devotional service means chanting the holy name, all that comes in devotional service. All glories to Shri Radha Govinda. Okay, so we can see that Lord Krishna at the end of the 9th chapter, he advises. What is that sloka? Anyone knows? What is the advice Krishna gives in 9.34? He stops the chapter with that. Bhakti Yoga. That's a clue there. Manmana. What's the 4 things Krishna says? Yes, always remember him. Yes, Amrita. Then, Deval Prabhu.
I just know 2-3 words. Manabhav Bhakto.
Ha. Madhyaji. Mam Namaskuru.
Namaskuru. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. So that's the yeah, Amrita, you know the sloka?
Yes, Mataji. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasya yuktva atmanam matparayanaha.
Very good. So manmana means always think of Krishna. How? By chanting his holy name. Manmana bhava madbhakto, become his devotees by offering patram pushpam phalam toyam. Then manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji, worship Krishna. Mam namaskuru, offer obeisances to him. Okay. How many of you have offered obeisances to Krishna today? Raise your digital hand. Do you offer it daily? Okay, Deval, Sneha Mataji, Vaishnavi, good. Just one obeisances daily, it can save you from great dangers. Those are not paid obeisances, it's okay. So if you have some health issues, I can understand. You can't bend, knee joint pain, back pain, that's okay. But at least you can do Sharanagari Namaskar. Just go in front of the Lord and just do like this, raise your hands and Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Because Bhagavatam explains the 18,000th verse, the last verse of Srimad Bhagavatam says, Nama Sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashana pranama dukkha shamanas tam namamin harim param. If you do Nama Sankirtan, the Harinam Kirtana, chanting the holy name, sarva papa pranashana, all your sinful reactions will be crushed. So no more Purarjanma. And Pranama Dukkha Shamana Stamnamamin Haripara. If you bend in front of the Lord, pay obeisances to the Lord, all your dukkha will be lost. So every day, if you are able to do at least one obeisances, no, it's okay if you didn't do it till now, but at least once, if you could do it, at least before going to sleep. Krishna, thank you for this wonderful day. Krishna is giving us everything what we need, and Krishna is protecting us, and he is what all he is supplying us. Not only for that, for giving this wonderful human life opportunity to understand Lord and to try to go back. So for everything, and when we bend in front of the Lord, all the ahangar and all the all midya ahanga, the false ego, everything will get crushed. We're kind of surrendering to the Lord just by bending and in front of the Lord. Just not only bending or posing obeisances, you have to chant the mantra. So if you could do, always think of the Lord by chanting. You're all chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then you offer anything, something you can offer every day, a flower, fruit, anything, and then worship Krishna and pay obeisances. Paying obeisances can do wonders to you. Just try doing it. It gives you a lot of spiritual energy. Okay, then hence he describes his opulences on which the devotees can fix their mind and remember Krishna. So our thought should be always to remember Krishna and never forget him. So in this chapter, Krishna will say, how you can remember him by showing his different opulences. So conclusion of the chapter 9 is that we should become pure devotee of the Lord and focus our mind on the Lord. So the middle 6 chapters is about Bhakti Yoga, no? 7 to 12. So today also Bhakti Yoga will be described. And chapter 10 focuses on Krishna's opulences by hearing, which will increase your devotion. So your the faith about Krishna should increase by hearing. Unless you hear, you can't speak about the Lord. Or unless you hear, you can't do a lot of devotional service. So Krishna's position we'll see from sloka 1 to 7 as the origin of everything. And also later on we'll see the Chatusloka 8 to 12, 11, and then Arjuna's acceptance and his request to show the Krishna's opulences. That's why next chapter is universal form, right? So this is the theory form of universal form. That chapter 10 is actually theory. Theoretically, Krishna is speaking about his opulences, and next chapter, Krishna practically shows the opulences. The Supreme Lord said, "My dear friend, mighty armed Arjuna, listen again to my supreme word, which I shall impart to you for your benefit and which will give you great joy." Who are these two people next to Krishna? Oh, 1 second. I'll unmute everyone. Yeah. Who are these
Arjuna and Duryodhana.
Yeah, Amrita, you don't answer. You have already attended the classes. Let others answer, okay? Yeah, so what is happening to Arjuna? What did Arjuna ask and what did Duryodhana ask from Krishna?
Arjuna asked for Krishna in the war and Duryodhana wanted the Narayani Sena.
Very good. And Arjuna promised something, no? Krishna promised something to Arjuna, no? When Arjuna selected Krishna, Krishna said one condition. What was that condition?
That he will not fight, but he will...
Yeah, he will not take any weapon. Okay. So, yeah. So, yes, very good. Okay. So, opulence of the absolute, we'll see. Lord Krishna asks us to listen carefully as he reveal more wonderful knowledge about his opulences. Okay. So, in chapter 7, he explained the different energies, how they're acting. In chapter 9, he established different energies and established devotion in firm conviction. And today, in this chapter, he'll give the confidential knowledge of specific opulences. So, we should do hearing. Eagerness to hear is the only qualification. When Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Srila Prabhupada's guru, wanted to initiate Prabhupada, he said one thing. He gave first and second initiation together, Brahmanic and also Harinam initiation together. So he said that Prabhupada had the qualification to hear. He likes to hear. That's a nice qualification of a devotee. We should start hearing from the right source. So we are hearing from Srila Prabhupada. We are all repeating what Srila Prabhupada said. No? So we have to take to Krishna consciousness, like Arjuna's qualification that you are dear to me. So there's a qualification to hear about the Lord, that we should be non-envious of the Lord. Is Amrita, can you chant this sloka? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Na me vidus suraganaha prabhavam namah shayah ahamadirhi devanam mahashinam cha sarvashah.
Aham adirhi devanam. This word is very important. Krishna says he is the source of all Devi Devadas. Neither the host or demigods nor the great sages know my origin. For in every respect, I'm the source of the demigods and sages. What's the proof? When Devaki Mata, was having Krishna with her in her womb, you can see all the devotees, all the demigods came to offer obeisances. They want to see that beautiful baby form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasab Britya, right? So, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he said all the demigods are from his origin. And he who knows me as the unborn, as beginless, as the Supreme Lord of the three worlds, of all the worlds, is undurted among men, he is free from all the sins. So Krishna is unborn, Aja, Govindam, Adi Purusha, right? So just imagine there's a big building, okay? A builder had created a big building. So that means the builder was there before the building was there. So the building was created. So that means before the foundation of the building was laid, the contractor or that person, that engineer was there. Similarly, before this creation of this material world, God was there. So he is the supreme Govindam Adi Purusha. He's there before creation. He's there during the creation. He maintains, and after annihilation, still he remains. So he's unborn. He's Aja, and he's beginless. Okay. And he is the supreme world of all the worlds. So he is one who knows that he is free from all the sins. Yes, Amrita. Buddhi jnanam asammoha kshama satyam dama samaha sukham dukkham bhavo abhavo bhayam cha bhayamevacha ahimsa sammata tushtis tapo danam yaso yashaha bhavanti bhavabhutanam matta eva pradakvitaha. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt, delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of senses, control of the mind, happiness, distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy. All these qualities of the living beings are created by the Lord alone. So he is the one who created all these. He is the one who gives us intelligence, forgetfulness, everything comes from him. Right? So he is the one who created everything. You can see in the universal form, then Lord shows later on that everything is being created from him. He is the source, this avatari, right? So qualities discussed in this sloka is intelligence. He is the buddhi. Okay, he gives the buddhi or the intelligence. Later on, he says, Tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayantite. The power to analyze things in proper perspective is given by the Lord. Knowledge, jnanam, matta smridra jnanam apohanam. Jnanam also comes from the Lord, knowing the distinction between matter and spirit. Okay, but the material knowledge is only about matter, but then spiritual knowledge is about spirit. So freedom from doubt and delusion, asammoha. Right? And then tolerance and forgiveness, shama. Okay, excuse the minor offenses of others, and one should be practiced by insult and dishonor from others. Truthfulness, satyam. Okay, that should be, all these qualities come from the Lord. Control of senses. That's what we are trying to do by chanting the holy name. Senses should not be used unnecessarily for sense gratification. Control of the mind, samaha. You have to restrain the mind from unnecessary thoughts like money and all. The power of thought should be developed in association with Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Okay, happiness and distress, sukham and dukkham, always considered in relation to what is favorable and unfavorable to Krishna consciousness. So can someone explain what is this Guru, Sadhu, Shastra? I mean, why do we say these three things? So we should associate with Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Yeah. Shastra is all this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Yes. Guru
Sadhu
means
Sangha. Guru is a spiritual master, and Sadhu Sangha means all the devotees.
Devotee association. Yes, that's very important. So yes, devotee association is very important in our life. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra hoy, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi hoy. So Sadhu Sangha or association of devotees is very important. And only with the association of devotees can we actually, only with the association of devotees can we be able to progress in spiritual life. Okay, so that's why Sadhu Sangha is very important. Okay, so satisfaction of tushti means what? We have to be. Why it's not accepting response? Vaishnavi Mataji, attendance is not accepting response. Does anyone else have an issue?
Mataji, I have shared the updated one. Mataji.
Yeah. Please fill the second one. Okay, everyone. Okay. So birth, bhava, abhava. For soul, there is no birth and death. These are the qualities that is discussed. Fearlessness means abhayam, and non-violence is ahimsa. Then you have equanimity or sammata, and satisfaction, tushti. Tushti means what? Yasmin tushti jagat tushti. If we satisfy Lord, the Supreme Lord, then the whole world is satisfied. Because you water the root of the tree, the whole tree is benefited. So a devotee of when we worship Lord Krishna, doesn't mean we have to worship the demigod separately. No, because everyone is included in it. So like you water the root of the tree, the whole tree gets benefit. And it is said, I was reading Bhagavatam today, it's like Dhruv Maharaj, when Dhruv Maharaj was been blessed by Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even the demigods blessed him, it seems. Because, and Rupa Goswami says, a devotee who's been favored by Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, will also get favored by the demigods. All of them will help, will bless them. Charity, Dhanam. 50% of income is given to Krishna consciousness by Rupa Goswami. So if we can't do that, at least some part of our income can be used for devotional service. Fame, Yashasa. A man is famous when he is known as a great devotee. Okay, you know, Alfred Ford, that is Ambarish Prabhu. When Srila Prabhupada met him, he said, you should not become famous as a businessman. You should become famous as a devotee. So a devotee, that's the real fame you can ever have. Amrita, you there? Maharshaya Saptapurve.
Yes, Mataji. महर्षयः सप्त पूर्वे चत्वारो मनवस्तथा मद्भावा मानसा जाता येषां लोक इमाः प्रजाः.
The 7 great sages before them, the 4 other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, are born out of my mind, and all creatures in these planets descend from them. Okay, so Manu, so Manavas, we are called Manavas, the human beings, Manushya Rashi, they have come from the Manu, right? So everyone, it's actually coming from the Lord. So great sages, Narad Muni, all are Shakti Avash avatar of the Lord. Okay, so everything emanates from the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna is the source of everything. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, Krishna will say later on. Why is Krishna emphasizing this? Why is he, someone asked, why is he self-boasting himself? Or he say, me, me, me. So that we understand, we surrender to him. That's why Krishna is coming personally in form of Bhagavad Gita and saying us the truth that what we are supposed to do. So Krishna is Prapitamaha, father of the grandfather. Okay. Hare Krishna, Harshali Mataji. Okay, so father of the grandfather. So who is actually our father? Yes, Krishna is Aham Bija Pradapita. Put in the chat. Krishna is called Prapitamaha because he's the father of the grandfather. So the father will become Manu. Manu's father is? Father of mankind is Manu. And Manu's father is?
Brahma.
Brahma, very good. And Brahma's father is?
Vishnu.
Yeah. So yes, you're putting in the chat. Good. So that is from Garbhodaya Vishnu, Lord Brahma comes. So Krishna is called Prapitamaha. This was one of the questions in Bhakti Shastri. Like Prapitamaha means father of grandfather. That means he is the father of the grandfather Brahma. Okay. So you can see the 25. We have the 4 Kumaras, the 7 sages, and the 14 Manus. Okay, the 4 Kumaras are Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumaras. The 7 sages like Kashyavuni, Atri, all of them. Then 14 Manus, we are in this Manu, Vaivashvata Manu. Okay, so this is, yeah, Swayambhuva Manu, Vaivashvata Manu. So 14 Manus. So all of them, they come from the Supreme Lord. Okay, yes.
Tam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo veti tatvatah so vikalpena yogena yujyatena samshayah.
So he who knows in truth this glory and power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this, there is no doubt. So why are we hearing more and more about Krishna? Once I was hearing about how Krishna appeared, then how Kamsa put Devaki and Vasudeva in the jail and all that. So I was listening, and one of my friends is like, how many times you listen to the same story? I have already listened to so many times. Again, you are listening as if you're hearing it for the first time. Because for us, Krishna's topics are always Navayamanaj, always fresh. It's not like we get bored by listening. Some movie songs we might get bored, but then Krishna's holy name, everything is transcendental. There are devotees, Srila Prabhupada's disciples on this earth who are there in this movement for 50 years, 50. For 50 years, they are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, same Hare Krishna mantra every day. Are they getting bored? No, every day they feel new rasa, new taste. So that is the transcendental qualities of Krishna's pastimes and holy name. Okay, so why we are hearing about the Lord again and again, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, repeatedly we are hearing, so that we do unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. So can someone explain what is meant by unalloyed devotional service? Okay, devotional service means chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam, all that. What is unalloyed?
Not for personal benefit or something, just for pure love.
Very good. Yeah. So that is unconditional, or not for any sense gratification or personal benefit. The aim is pure devotional service. Unalloyed means pure. Ahaituki apradihara. There's no motive behind it, and there's no interruption. Not like I have a motive behind chanting holy name, like I want so much money, or I want this, that, and then I chant. No, that is not the pure chanting. Okay. So something like unmotivated. You don't have any motive behind your chanting. Then uninterrupted. Like some days your mood is off, or you have some problems at home and you're not chanting. No, Even if among all the difficulties, you still chant or you do devotional service, that is called unallowed devotional service. So, Savai Pumsa Paro Dharmo Yado Bhaktirat Adokshite Ahaituki Apradhida. Yes, selfless and genuine, correct. So Ahaituki Apradhihada Atma Suprasiddhi. When you do devotional service like that, our Atma feels so prasiddhi, we will feel so happy. So that's called unallowed devotional service. So from here, the Chatu Sloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita will start. Okay, so I'll just explain. You have to start studying these slokas. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Krishna says he is the source of everything. And matta sarvam pravartate. Everything emanates from him, both spiritual and material world. Iti matva bhajante mam. If you know this and you do bhajan or devotional service to the Lord, buddha bhava samanvita, then you feel so happy. So he is the source of all spiritual and material world. Everything emanates from him, and the wise who knows this perfectly engage in his devotional service and worship him with all their hearts. This is the sambandha. Sambandha means our relationship with the Lord. So what is our relationship with the Lord? He is the source of everything. He is our creator. Okay? He is the source from where we came, and we need to go back to him. So that's the sambandha tattva, or in the sense we should know our relationship with the Lord. So our relationship is kind of lost with the Lord. So we need to re-establish the lost relationship. So Krishna says he is the source of all spiritual and material world, and everything emanates from him. So just knowing Bhagavad Gita, just knowing Bhagavatam won't help. After knowing Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, we should do devotional service. That is perfection. We should engage in devotional service. We should practice this. Like just knowing the theory of driving. Yes, you need to put this indicator, first gear, second gear, and then you need to put accelerator. That won't help. You need to practically do it, na? Then only you'll become a nice driver. Similarly, just knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, it's not enough. We need to do devotional service to him. Prabhupada says, we all know God is great. We don't know how great he is. How much great Krishna is, that we don't know. That we know from the Shastra. So this is a great important sloka which we should all know. Okay, so all repeat after me. Aham sarvasya prabhavo.
Aham sarvasya prabhavo.
Matta sarvam pravartate.
Matta sarvam pravartate.
Iti matva bhajante mam.
Iti matva bhajante mam.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Okay, so in Sanskrit, when there is a dash above, it's matva. It is like a. Okay, it's not just a. So Buddha bhava mam. So when there is a dash above some letter, you should pronounce it little, elongate and pronounce it. And there is a dot beneath H. It's ha. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Okay, it's her. So that's how you pronounce, and it's easy. You just write these slokas and try to understand. Then once you study one or two slokas, then memorizing sloka will become very easy. You don't have to know Sanskrit for memorizing. Krishna will give you the intelligence to know. Okay, why we are memorizing? Okay, you don't want to become a preacher, forget it. That's okay. But if you really want to become preachers, then Prabhupada says you need to preach with philosophy. Not only normal philosophy, you have to quote Shastra, and then you can defeat Mayavadis. If you're not becoming a preacher, still for your own benefit, because Bhagavad Gita is not different from Krishna. So if you could understand the meaning, that's very important. So this is one of the first sloka. So here Krishna is mentioned as the source of all spiritual and material world, right? He is the source. You have one candle and millions of candles lit from the main candle, but the main candle remains the same. So I have avatari, right? Aham sarvesya prabho matta sarvam pravartate. Krishna says the result of knowing is that we should worship Krishna with all our hearts, and we should engage in devotional service, and we should surrender to him. So just knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead won't help us. We need to do devotional service to him. We need to chant his holy name, hear about him, and do service, engage in the devotional service. We have to surrender to the Lord. That is the use of chanting knowing Krishna as the Supreme. The second sloka is about the avideya, the process. What is the process to achieve that, Lord? Matchitta matkata prana bodhayanda parasparam kadayandascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So here it says the pure devotees of the Lord, when they meet together, they talk about the Lord. Bodhayanta parasparam. They discuss about the Lord and they feel so happy about it. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are surrendered to me and they derive great satisfaction and bliss, enlightening one another and conversing about me. You won't see Srila Prabhupada talking something else. Always he talks about Krishna, something related to spiritual life. That's how a pure devotee is. You've seen this video? Very nice. This is San Francisco Radha Yatra, and Prabhupada was so happy seeing all of them in Radha Yatra, and he started jumping and dancing, and all the devotees also with ecstasy start dancing in front of Jagannath. So a pure devotee, Prabhupada says that we have to always talk about the Lord, not Grame Katha. No, they talk about Krishna's pastimes. The frog will croak, no, especially during rainy season, and it will attract snakes. What is it doing? It is attracting death. Similarly, by talking this mundane topics in this material world, we are actually wasting our time. But then we should engage more time in spiritual life. So, machitta matgata prana. Okay, so that means we should try to talk about the Lord. This is the avideya. So first is sambandha, to know our relationship with the Lord. Next is our process. What is the process to reach the Lord? That is devotional service, talking about the Lord and enjoying the topics. So this is called avideya. Okay, you can chant the sloka. Machitta matgata prana.
Machitta matgata prana.
Bodhayanta parasparam.
Bodhayanta parasparam.
Kadayandascha mam nityam.
Kathayascha mam nityam.
Tushyanti cha ramanti cha.
Tushyanti cha ramanti cha.
Okay, it's cha. Okay, so machitta. So this is what pure devotees will do. The second slog, next sloga is also about the process. Okay, so here it is said, a devotee, we have the symptoms of pure devotees, that Krishna becomes his life and soul, and he's constantly hearing about the Lord and discussing. So you can see, while cooking, Mataji is thinking about the Lord. Oh, I'm cooking for Krishna. By cleaning the vessels, oh, this is for Krishna. By worshipping the Lord, he's chanting the holy name. Then doing book distribution, giving Bhagavad Gita to someone. Then discussing the Shastras. Even to a small baby, she's chanting the holy name. Whatever we're doing, sweeping the floor, or at office, sometimes we get some free time, or even the bathroom, people, devotees chant the holy name. So anywhere, everywhere, once you get attached to Krishna's holy name, you don't feel like leaving it. You might hear a nice bhajan and might be it just goes on in your mind. You can sing it. I mean, there's so many smooth melodies and nice bhajans about the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. You can just, great kirtaniyas are there. Just hear the mantra, and the Hare Krishna mantra will purify you, will give you so much of happiness, which this material film songs won't give. So 2 stages of devotional service. Primary stage is that they relish the transcendental pleasure from the service itself, right? So that means they relish, try to be happy with this. And mature state is that they always situate in love of God and relish the highest perfection, which is exhibited by the Lord and his abode, right? So initially we start getting happiness from it, and later on we'll be in love of God. So thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me, and their life is fully devoted to their service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss, always conversing about me. So we feel so happy after hearing Krishna Katha and all. So that's the symptom that we are advancing. Then this is also the devotional service. Krishna says how Krishna will give the intelligence. Tesham sadada yuktanam bhajatam preeti purvakam. How should we do bhajan? Preeti purvakam. We should do it with love and devotion. Tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. So those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give them the understanding by which they can come to me. So that's what I told. Once you start engaging in devotional service, then with love and devotion, Krishna within your heart as Paramatma will give you the intelligence. He'll guide you. Tadami buddhi yogam. He will tell you, okay, take up level 2 course and study and read Bhagavad Gita, chant more. And that's how you progress in your spiritual life. So Krishna will guide you. From within, as Chaitya Guru, he is there. And when you're serious in spiritual life, the same Lord comes out as spiritual master, or you get a guru. So then we know, okay, Krishna is pleased. So this is another important sloka. This also this is also mentioning about devotional service. You can chant Tesham sadada yuktanam.
Tesham sadata yuktanam.
Bhajatam preeti purvakam.
Bhajatam
Dadami buddhi yogam tam.
dadami buddhi yogam tam
yena mam upayanti te.
ena mam upayanti te.
Krishna says that if you worship him constantly with love, Preeti Purvakam, then he will give you the intelligence by which you can go back to him. Not like you should become a great scholar, nothing like that. But Krishna will show you the way how we can go back to him. Okay, so there are different ways to go to the Lord. There can be karma yoga, right? So when one knows the goal is Krishna, but still is addicted to the fruits, and later he do nishkama karma yoga, he give up the fruits. Or jnana yoga, you can have a lot of knowledge, and one knows the goal is Krishna, take pleasure in mental speculation to understand Krishna, he is acting in jnana yoga. But bhakti yoga, buddhi yoga, bhakti yoga is also called buddhi yoga, okay, that is the highest. So buddhi yoga or the bhakti yoga, when one knows the goal and seeks completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in buddhi yoga or bhakti yoga. This is the complete yoga, the highest perfectional stage. Why is buddhi yoga is the complete perfectional stage, or Krishna says that's the highest? Yoginam abhi sarvesha matkadenandaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam sameyukta tamo madaha. Out of all the yogis, Krishna says bhakti yoga is the highest. Why?
Because it is complete devotion and surrender to the God without any mental speculation. And
there's no mental speculation. Yes. Okay. Very nice answer. Any other point?
And without
something more?
Expectations of any fruitive results or anything. It's just for
for the pleasure of the Lord. Yes,
when one has focused only on the path of Krishna consciousness, not anywhere else.
The focus is on the Lord. Okay, so all the answers are right. And one more additional point is, in one life we can go back to the Lord. We can attain perfection in one life. The karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga will take a lot of janmas to reach. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan pam prapatyate, right? So many janmas. And His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj says, because of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, that's Bhakti Yoga, we can directly go back to Godhead in one life. So that's why Bhakti Yoga is the highest, or it is incomplete, or it's the highest perfectional stage. And all the yogas are aiming for that, to go back, right? All the other yogas might take so many janmas, but Bhakti Yoga, even a child can participate in Bhakti Yoga just by dancing in the Kirtan, chanting Hare Krishna, right? So this is the last sloka of Chatusloka, where Krishna says that what is the prayojan or the goal. So first is Sambandha, what is our relationship with Lord. Next two slokas about Avideya, the process by how we can reach the Lord. And the last is the prayojan or the goal of doing spiritual life. What is the goal? Tesham evanu kampartam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhashvita. So out of compassion, Tesha eva anukampartam. So because of anukampa or mercy, what we Krishna do, he is dwelling in our heart and destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. We're all born in ignorance. We don't know. We were born in Maya. So what will happen? The Guru or Bhagavad Gita, a spiritual knowledge will come to us, which is like a knowledge, which is like a shining lamp of knowledge, and which will destroy darkness. So when there is sun, there is no darkness, right? So it's like that. So Krishna Surya Sama. Krishna is like sun, and Maya Hoya Andakar. Maya is like darkness. Yaha Krishna taha nahi Maya ra adhikar. If Krishna is there, there is no Maya there. So when sun is there, there is no darkness. So similarly, when Bhagavad Gita or spiritual master, the Guru comes to us through Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, then there is no chance of ignorance. So yeah. So what is the first picture? Who is this explaining what?
Shukadeva Goswami explaining Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. Very
good. So that is again, Shukadeva Goswami is like a spiritual master to Parikshit, and Parikshit was in ignorance. He didn't know what to do in the last 7 days. So he gave, when Parikshit was serious, then the Shukadeva Goswami appeared in front of him and gave him transcendental knowledge, destroyed his ignorance. And at last, Shukadeva Goswami says, are you scared of death? That you'll be dead by the bite of a snake? And Parikshit Maharaj says, I was not born to be dead. In the sense, he knows his spirit soul who's eternal. Okay, this picture, who's giving transcendental knowledge to whom? No idea? Okay, I'll give a clue. This is son and mother. Third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, third canto. Son advising a mother. No? Kapila Dev. Who's Kapila Dev's mother? Anyone knows? Okay, Devahuti. So Kapila Dev is giving transcendental knowledge to Devahuti, his mother. Okay, and the last picture, little bit risky, even since this is towards when Krishna was winding his pastime and going.
Uddhava.
Yes, and there's one more Rishi there. This is Uddhava, and one more is Maitreya Rishi. Okay, Maitreya. So again, Krishna advised Uddhava Gita and give him transcendental knowledge. So Prayojana, what is the goal of doing devotional service? To get love of Godhead. Krishna will destroy the darkness born of ignorance and give us the shining lamp of knowledge. That's why Guru had said, Om Atnyana Timirandasya Jnana Anjana Shalakya Chakshural Nidamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama. Atnyana Timirandasya. Timira means cataract. So we are born out of ignorance or cataract. That it means that we don't know who we are spirit soul, nothing we knew. We were born like that. And Jnana Anjana Shalakya, the Guru will give you Jnana or transcendental knowledge by which all these ignorance will be destroyed. So this is because of special mercy of the Lord. The Lord destroys all the impediments and dispels all ignorance in the heart with the shining lamp of knowledge. So Krishna is in your heart as Paramatma. Krishna is the one who gives you that knowledge by which you can cross this birth, death, old age and disease. Oh, Amrita Mataji went. Oh, Amrita is not there. Okay. So these 4 slokas. Yeah, so these slokas, is the one which will take us back to Godhead, right? So we are so fortunate. You are all so fortunate. It's not by chance we came to spiritual life. Don't worry about the material world. Might be people in your home might say, what's wrong with you? You've gone crazy by joining Bhagavad Gita classes, always chanting the holy name, always hearing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, so much, because they think we are crazy. We know they are crazy. And it might be your friends, your so-called material friends will stop communicating with you, and you might feel lonely. Now all these will happen in the initial stages of devotional life. Don't bother all that. It's okay, but you are in the right track, and you are being so blessed by the Lord that Lord is giving this, because out of compassion Lord is giving this knowledge to you every day, so that you keep one step towards Krishna, towards liberation. The door of liberation is open for us. For others, they are going to loiter in this material world again and again, rebirth again and again. Might be they might even go to an animal form of life. But you, because you're chanting the holy name, you're learning Bhagavad Gita, definitely 100% sure you're going to get a human form next. And that too might be in a higher way. And might be in one life, Krishna can take you back. That's Krishna's mercy, right? Krishna, we can't measure devotion. Nobody can measure how much bhakti you're doing. That's assessed by Krishna. Nobody can, just because you have a tilak and nice kantimala and a lot of slokas, it doesn't mean you're a great devotee. So Krishna knows with what bhav are you worshipping him. So these are the Chatur Sloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, the 4 important slokas. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bachante mam uda bhava samanvita machitta matkada prana bodayanda parasparam kadayandascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha tesham sadati yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te tesham evanu kampartam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhashvata. So these 4 slokas are the Chatur Sloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And if you know these 4 slokas, you know the whole Bhagavad Gita. So I request all of you to cram these slokas. And I was taking kids classes, and you won't believe, all of them, they learned this sloka like in few days. So I know kids grasping capacity is more, but still we can try to learn more. So this is how Arjuna addresses Krishna after hearing this Chatur Sloka. Arjuna is like so shocked, because Arjuna says, Arjuna Vaja, Param Brahma Param Dama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Dityam Adi Devamajam Vibhu Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve Devarshir Naradastata Ashito Devalabhyasa Swayam Chaiva Pravishime. So Arjuna said, you are the supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier, the absolute truth, and the eternal divine person. You are the perennial God, transcendental and original. You are unborn and all-pervading beauty. All the great sages such as Narada, Ashita, Devala, and Vyasa proclaimed this to you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. So Krishna, after hearing these 4 slokas, Arjuna is confirmed. I mean, he's already confirmed, but he's double confirmed now that Krishna is the supreme Param Brahman. He is the ultimate abode. Param Dhama. Param Brahman means ultimate. And Param Dhama is supreme abode. Pavitram, he is pure. Paramam Bhavan. Purusham, he is the person, divine person. Shashvadam Divyam, he is transcendental. Adidevam, he is the supreme, the original, unborn. Ajam is unborn. And Vibhum, all pervading. So not only Krishna is saying this, even Narada, Ashita, Deval, all these rishis also confirmed it. So yes, Krishna is the supreme. He is repeatedly saying this. So this is what he says. Param Brahma, he is the supreme truth. Param Dhama, he is the supreme abode. Pavitram, he is pure. He's untainted by the material contamination. That's why it is said, even Matajis have these periods during every month. Even then, you can chant the holy name. You can touch Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. You can chant and read Bhagavad Gita. No, nothing can contaminate the Lord because he is so pure. Pavitram. What can contaminate the Lord? Your material and contamination cannot touch the Lord. He is pure. Okay, so that's the proof. Paramam Bhavan. He is the absolute truth. And he is Purusham. He is a person. So as Mayavadi says, he's impersonal. No. Yeah, you can touch the beads. See, nothing is stopping you from chanting on those days. In fact, on those days, we should chant more so that your mood fluctuation would touch you. Okay, so actually there's no restrictions. Take bath and then take your beads and keep chanting, because Srila Prabhupada preached this Krishna consciousness in the Western world. Just imagine, they don't even take bath. They're hippies. They have all these bad qualities in them. But still, Prabhupada gave the Harinam to them. Prabhupada didn't give any restrictions, right? He's like, you can chant, because this is for the Kali Yuga fallen conditioned souls. If those days we don't chant, every day we are chanting, and if those days we don't chant, it's like we are losing some part of the day or some days without chanting. No, that's not the thing. Nothing can impurify Krishna. Then he is so pure. Nothing can touch him. Material things cannot touch him. He's transcendental about the three modes. So definitely you can chant. Nothing like, and sometimes we say that someone dies in the family or some birth happens in the family, in 14 days you can't go to the temple and all. But yes, but then you can chant the holy name. Nothing stopping. In fact, you should chant more, because the departed soul might have some obstructions into going to the next life or getting liberation. Because you're chanting for that liberated soul, that gone slow, that the soul who passed, who left the body, the soul will get more benefit because you're chanting in the family. So in fact, if we hear that someone dear to us passed away, we should chant more on that days. You can touch the beads, no problem. So he is Purusha, he's a person, supreme enjoyer, and Shashvatam, he's eternal. He's Divyam, he's transcendental above the three modes. Hence Adideva, he's original Lord. Acham, he's the unborn. Vibhum, he's the greatest, and he's accepted by all the acharyas, Narada, Ashita, Devala, Vyasa. And he himself also declared it. Krishna declared, right? I totally accept the truth. And neither demigods nor demons can understand him, his personality. Nobody can understand Lord completely unless he reveals, right? So we try to understand Krishna a little bit as he reveals in Bhagavad Gita, but only pure devotees will understand him completely, because he's unlimited. Achintya. So this is the qualities. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam, Adi Devam, Acham Vibhu. Okay, so this is the qualities which Arjuna says. So these are all Krishna will show it in the universal form chapter. Okay. Sarvametatridam manye yanmam vedashi keshava nahite bhagavan vyaktim viturdevanadhanava. Oh Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the gods nor the demigods, or Lord, know thy personality. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own potencies, O origin of all, Lord of all being, gods of gods, God of gods, O supreme person, Lord of the universe. So Arjuna accepted Krishna and accepted Bhagavad Gita, and now Arjuna accepted it. Arjuna want to prove to others that Krishna is the real Bhagavan. So he later on says to practically show that universal form. So he's asking, how should I meditate you? There are so many forms in which to be contemplated, oh blessed Lord. Tell me again, oh Janardana Krishna, of your mighty potencies and glories, because I'm never tired of hearing your glories. So Arjuna requests to hear more about Krishna. But there's only Ekamsha, there's only 1/4 of Krishna's opulences, right? So it says, I'm not satiated in hearing about the Lord. There's no saturation in devotional service. The advantages of hearing Krishna's opulences is, hearing will increase your remembrance about the Lord. We can always think of Krishna. Thus, by remembering Krishna, one can relish the great nectar. So one is never satiated by hearing about Krishna. Okay. So why Arjuna wanted to hear more about the all-pervading opulence of the Lord? Because he says that Arjuna is already satisfied with understanding Krishna, and there's no doubt of his position. But still, for the sake of common people, he want to hear. Arjuna already know Krishna is the supreme personality, but others should not think Krishna as an ordinary person. So for the common people, he asked to hear it. And also for the sake of a materialistic person. And also for personal absorption, Arjuna wants to know how to constantly think of Krishna. And he also wants to taste the nectar, wants to hear more and more and taste the nectar of his words. Shri Bhagavanuvaja hantate kadayishyami divyahi atma vibhutayaha pradhanyata kurushreshta nashti anto vistarasya me. The Blessed Lord said, yes, I will tell you my splendorous manifestation, but only of those which are prominent, O Arjuna, of my opulences is limitless. It's unlimited. Krishna's opulence is unlimited. You can't measure the sky or the ocean. Krishna is unlimited. Okay. So these are the different opulences. I put it in one slide. Just know, you just know that he is the source of demigods, right? Of all the demigods, he's Indra, he's Adityas, he's Vishnu, then Rudras, he's Shiva, and Vasus, he's Agni, his generals, he's Kartikeya, all these. And demons, he's Prahlad. And sages, of all the sages, he's Vyasa, he's Narad Muni, Brihaspati, sage Kapila. Of the demigods, he says he's the light of the sun and moon, right? He out of mountain, he's Meru. In immovable, he's Himalayas. So just now, these are the opulences of the Lord. It doesn't mean Krishna is Himalaya. No, it's the opulence, the energy of the Lord, external energy. And of trees, he's banyan tree. All this flowing rivers, he's Ganges. So philosophical truth. Krishna is the super soul, the living force in everyone. Okay. And then Krishna says the qualities. And in animals, who he is Vasuki, the snake, Ananta, another Shesh, all that. And his time, Kalosmi, right? Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi also, he says, out of all the Yajna, he is the Japa Yajna, 1025. And Krishna is the fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence of the women. And he is the transcendental Om, the vibration. Okay, he says, Rasoham Apsukavdi, he is the taste of water. Prabhasmi Shashi Surya, he is the light of sun and moon. Pranava Sarva Vedeshu, he is Om, the Vedic mantra, right? So all these are different opulences of the Lord. Okay. Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am generating seed of all existence. There is no being moving or unmoving that cannot exist without me. O mighty conqueror of enemy, there is no end to my divine manifestation. What I've spoken to you is just a mere indication of my infinite opulences. So that's just an infinitive quality, only a part of it. And the last sloka says, Yad yad vibhudi matsatvam shrimat urjidam evava tat tat eva vagachatvam Mamat Tejo Amsha Sambhavan. Know that all beautiful, glorious, and mighty creations spring by me, but a spark of my splendor. Spark. Okay, just a spark knows that the opulent, beautiful, glorious creation is just a spark of Krishna. So anyone know what is this Leela happening here? Why Krishna is in this leaf?
He was wondering why everyone is behind.
Yes.
What is so special about his lotus feet?
Yeah, so
Wanted to taste it, so he took the thumb of the.
Yeah, but then yes, but I'm asking, why did he show this form? To whom? Whom did Krishna show? Yes, you're right, Matji. Like he wanted to taste his how sweet his lotus feet is, and that's why Krishna started licking his lotus feet. Yeah, that is true. But to whom did he show this form? Any idea? Anyone knows?
Yashoda Maya.
No, to Yashoda Maya, Krishna showed the universe in his mouth, no? When he was eating mud, the mud eating pastime. When Krishna took some mud and put it in the mouth, and Krishna is like, open the mouth, Krishna, did you eat mud? And when Krishna opened the mouth, she saw the universe in his mouth. Yes, no, this is not. So this is, yeah, nice guess. This is some Maya form, not Indra. You can put in the chat. You know, idea?
Narada, when we visited Yashoda Maya's house?
No, not Narad Muni. Narad Muni saw Not Narad Muni. No, it was not him. This is nice. There's a verse. What is that? Kararavindera padaravindam mukharavindena viniveshendyam Vattasya patrasya pudeshayanam balam mukundam manasa smarami. Like Krishna's hand, in Krishna's hand, he has his legs, and the leg is put into the mouth. And Vattasya patrasya means he is lying on a leaf, and balam mukundam manasa smarami. Okay, he's like a small baby. Yes, as Mataji said, he's trying to. Everyone is behind his lotus feet, so he wants to taste his own sweetness. But this is he's showing to Markandeya Rishi. Okay, there was a Rishi called Markandeya. This comes in 12th kind of Srimad Bhagavatam. So he's a Markandeya Rishi, and this Rishi was meditating on the Lord, and the Lord appears as Naranarayan Rishi in front of him, Markandeya, and Markandeya had a long lifespan. So Krishna asked Naranarayan, Arjuna, and Krishna. So Krishna asked, "What do you want from me?" So Markandeya Rishi said, "I want to see your Maya, your illusionary energy." Then Krishna's like, "Maya? Everybody stays away from Maya. You want to see my Maya? Okay, tadastu." And then he disappeared. So suddenly, where Markandeya Rishi's hut was there, they had pralaya. I mean, so much of flood, and everything started floating in it, and everything started drowning. Even Markandeya Rishi was kind of drowning. But then he saw suddenly a small banyan tree leaf coming, and in the leaf there was Krishna's baby form of the Lord, and floating in the pralaya. And he was like, "Who's this? A small baby in the leaf?" Then he understood that's the Supreme Lord. He tried to catch the Lord, but then he could not. And then suddenly the Lord entered into his abdomen, and he came outside again. Suddenly all the pralaya went, and everything was dry, and Markandeya Rishi was back to normal position in front of his hut. So that was the Maya, illusionary energy showed by the Lord. So Lord's illusionary energy is so huge that we can't even try to understand. Okay, so yes, here it is said that all the entities have Krishna as Paramatma in their heart. Athava bahut netena kim jnatena tavarjuna vistabhyaham idam Krishnam ekamshena stito jagat. Ekamshena stito jagat means with one amsha, like there are 1/4. This material world is just 1/4 of Krishna's opulence. Rest 3/4 is in the spiritual world. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all these detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade this and support this entire universe. Ekamshena stito jagat. Right? Just 1/4 of Krishna's energy is here. Rest 3/4 is in this material world. So Krishna supports and perverts the entire universe with a mere fragment of himself. Okay, so from Krishna, all the potent energy comes. The sun gets its power from the Lord. No, the whole world is maintained by the Lord. And how can we concentrate our mind in Krishna consciousness? By devotional service, by hearing about the Lord, about different opulences of the Lord. So that's very important. Devotional service and worshipping Krishna is explained in the Chatusloki. And thus, chapter 10 explains how to attain the highest devotional perfection, association with the Supreme Lord. Okay. Okay, so Ekamshena Sthido Jagat. With one fragment, Krishna supports the entire universe. Just imagine this material world, what you see, the wonderfully created. This material world is just 1/4 of Krishna's energy. 3/4 is in spiritual world. So how great spiritual world is going to be, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Anybody has any question, you can unmute or you can put in the chat. I hope all of you are doing the quizzes. Please do the quiz. Yes, Deval Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat pranam. Mataji, there is a question. Is there any difference between Rishi and Muni? Or it's the
No,
same?
it's almost same. Almost same. We say Rishi, we say Muni. Interactive means it is interchangeable, these words.
There's nothing like difference.
No. Hare Krishna. Okay, so I hope all of you are doing the quizzes. Please do the quiz because we are in 10th chapter now. So it's 8 more weeks. That means just 2 more months, our course will be done. Might be next week, we won't have a class since it's Janmashtami, the post Janmashtami, you'll all be in Mangalore. So we'll see. I'll announce in the group what to do. Okay. So we have just 8 more chapters. That's like 4 weeks and 2 months. Might be August, September, October. We'll be done with our course. And then you can all go to the level 3. Level 3 is basically dealing with the 3 books: Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, and Ishopanishad. Wonderful books by Srila Prabhupada and the Goswamis. So you should read those books after completing this Bhagavad Gita quizzes. So all of you, because you need the second level certificate in order to go to the next level. And you should be chanting 4 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Anybody chanting 4 now in this class? Raise a digital hand. Or you're still doing 1 or 2? Yeah, Deval Mataji is doing very good. 4 plus whatever it is. But then 4 is your target. Okay. Nutan Prabhu, Suchit, Ramesh Prabhu, good. All are doing very nice. Neha Mataji. So that's your target. So after level 1, you reach to 1 round. Now you go to 4 rounds. Those who are not doing, try to do it. Oh, you reached 4, Leena Mataji, very good. Post Janmashtami, Sneha Mataji, we have a lot of resolutions, no? Even I make a lot of resolutions during New Year. I want to do that, do this, but keep it up, okay? Yes, go. After Janmashtami, you're going to do 4 rounds, great. Now do it. You have to keep it up and get inspired. What do you do, Mataji? You can divide the rounds. Like you can do, might be 1 round in the morning, 1 in the evening, 2 at night before sleeping, something like that. So you divide, it won't be hectic for you. 10 minutes. And oh, you're struggling between 12 to 16. That's great. Oh, very nice. Oh, very good. So that's what our Acharya says. We all should chant 16. That's okay, Krishna Kumar Prabhu. You're doing 16. That's what the Acharya said. Minimum 16. Minimum Prabhupada used. But all of us are doing 16. That's okay. Like, see, if you're doing more other services like reading Srila Prabhupada's book and other services, then 16 minimum. That's okay. But if you want to do more than 16, yes, that's a real struggle. And it is said that you get the real taste when you chant more than 16. After 16 rounds is the real taste. So try to do it in Ekadashi or some like Janmashtami is coming. In Janmashtami, some places it's on 18th. But according to the Vaishnava calendar, us like the ISKCON celebrates on 19th. Okay, that's Friday. On Friday, if possible, from sunrise to 12 a.m. midnight. If you're able to fast, good. If you're able to do nirjal without water, great. That's okay. If your health is not allowing, then you can take water or fluids, or you can take fruits and milk, Ekadashi. And if you're taking nirjal and all, you should break with non-grain food. In the sense, you should take Ekadashi Prasad. And 12 a.m. So night there'll be online program in ISKCON Mangaluru. You can all stay awake and see the Abhishek, see the beautiful Kirtan and everything. So 12 a.m. you break the fast. It's very auspicious to take fasting in Janmashtami. Okay, if your health is not permitting, please take Ekadashi foods. You can take sabudana, you can take milk and fruits and roots, and your consciousness should be on the Lord, always chant. And the next day, post Janmashtami, 20th is Srila Prabhupada's appearance day, which is a grand celebration at ISKCON. He's our founder Acharya. And Krishna says, more than him, we should worship his devotees. Matpaktya puja adhikam. So more than celebrating Janmashtami, we celebrate Prabhupada's appearance day. There's Prabhupada's Abhishek and all. Again, you can watch online. So that's why 21st, I'll be traveling back from Mangalore. So I'll see whether I'll be able to be back by 7, then I'll take the class. Otherwise, excuse me. So we'll see. Okay. Anybody have any question? Yeah. So how much time for 1 round of japa? Suchit Prabhu, basically a good round of chanting will take 7 to 8 minutes, maximum 10 minutes for 1 round. 8 minutes is nice. I mean, if you take more than 10 minutes, it's like you're lagging. You're so slow, Hare Krishna, and then your mind will wander here and there. No, don't give your mind any chance to go here and there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Initially, when you're chanting, you keep Prabhupada's chanting along with you. There are different speed available in Prabhupada's chanting in the YouTube. So keep Prabhupada's chanting and then chant along with him. Then you will be able to do. So 7 to 8 minutes is the pakka time. Or 10 minutes, you can go up to 10 minutes. Yeah, 8 to 9, yeah, 7 to 8, that's a perfect timing because it will give you the right pronunciation. So while you're chanting, your pronunciation should be good. Hare, Krishna and Rama should be heard clearly. Then the speed of your chanting should be good. Okay? Yeah. So Ramesh Prabhu, you have a question? Nutan Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji. No, I don't have any question, Mataji.
Yeah. Ramesh Prabhu, how many rounds you're chanting? You can unmute. Doing more?
4 rounds I am chanting, Mataji.
Good. Great. So 4 rounds. Yeah, that's the target to go to level 3, all of you. So 4 rounds, good. That's a great start.
I chant more rounds, but because of my office duty, and then
It's okay.
I engage myself in Bhagavad Gita or other literature more. So
Yeah,
that's
good.
why, that's why I'm finding it difficult to chant more than 4 rounds.
That's okay.
But I
So
will
now
just-
you chant 4 rounds. You're reading Bhagavad Gita, other scriptures daily. That's good. Very good.
Yes, Mataji.
Very nice. Krishna says, Krishna says, with your intelligence, you're worshipping him. If you're reading Bhagavad Gita, if you're reading this Bhagavad Gita as a scriptures, you're actually worshipping the Lord with your intelligence. That's also association with Lord. So fine, good. So yes, so all of you keep chanting, and your target should be to go to level 3. Okay, I want all of you to go to level 3, and level 4, then level 5, which is Bhakti Shastri. So as Prabhu is doing every day, try to read Bhagavad Gita, because in 1 hour I won't be able to finish the whole chapter completely. If you go through the purports, I was so amazed. Like it said, a person, I met a devotee, 32 years he's reading Bhagavad Gita, and he says every day is a new realization for him. Every day something new comes. Oh, I read this purport so many times, still this point I missed. So Srila Prabhupada's purports are nectar. You start reading not only the slokas and translation, you should read the Bhakti Vedanta purports, Bhavarth. That's very important. That's the one which has the nectar in it. So start reading line by line, start studying Prabhupada's book. Then anyone can advance in Krishna consciousness. We are just repeating what we heard from Prabhupada. Try to hear his lectures also. Okay. Okay, I think we can end here. Harshali Mataji, thank you for joining. No more questions. Next week, I'll let you know, okay, if there is a class, because we'll all enjoy Janmashtami. Okay, Hare Krishna everyone. Vancha kalpa rubhash shakta pasandupe.
Krishna Mataji.
Paridanam pavani be Vaishnavibhyo nama namananda kodi Vaishnavandiki Jai.